Go ahead, Benu. Go ahead, Benu.
Well, I said I saw. Hey, I tried to tell you, but look, yeah, I say, we would have seen it the opening weekend, right? Wanted to see it again. Might go see it again tonight. I don't know,
Mhm.
but when we before, just like a lot of people, um, before going to see it, I already heard a lot of the doubts and suspicions, right?
Mhm.
And I coming from the perspective of a scholar and a historian, right? Some of the issues that because there's a few different issues, from various places, whether or not it was going to be divisive, you know you know, as it pertains to black male female relations in our community, whether it promoted feminism or promoted other isms that we might have some issues with. You know, I heard it all, and some of it's like, okay, woman and king, right? That's people saying that's contradictory. How you going to be a woman king? This and the third. What's up with that? Um,
Mhm.
you know, and I'm like, you know, did Sekhmet, is this not a actual force? Did Hatshepsut, not actually exist? So Beg Neferu, was he not like coming from a historical standpoint? Rulership was never a gender war for African people,
Can I
right?
counter that though? Can I counter
Huh?
that? Can I counter that?
Go ahead.
It wasn't a gender thing for African people, but like I told my nephew while we was watching it, and this is what I learned from you, they didn't genderize the title. Pharaoh, I mean Nasu Hatshepsut was was ruler. Like it wasn't didn't say woman ruler, right?
Mm.
Just
Huh.
said
She
ruler.
was she was
Nefertiti,
Nisupiti, right? She was king.
yeah, Nefertiti was emperor, queen. Like it wasn't woman ruler. It wasn't woman. So I think that's the thing people talking about. Like,
Oh, I
why
say
didn't
Nefertiti was never a ruler.
she was never ruler?
No, Nefertiti was the wife of the king who was Akhenaten. So Nefertiti, the title she bore was Hamat Nesuwarit, which is the great royal
Right.
wife, or
Okay, so she was
equivalent
white.
to like queen mother.
Yeah.
Right, 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 right,
Okay.
right.
So Hatshepsut was Nisu, which is
She was king.
for
She was king of
American English.
kings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's my issue with that. Like, why couldn't I mean? There's different ways you could do it because art is art. So I'm not saying I'm not against it. I know like the point I'm trying to make, but when you say, I think that's part of the argument with people was saying why you put woman king, call it king and show the woman and be like, oh, what, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's still
Mm,
king. You know what I'm saying? Like you can still call it king if we're using this American, I guess dialect or whatever,
mhm.
vernacular or whatever, but and show it as like just have the woman because we can see it's a woman, like you know what I'm saying? We can see it's a but I guess I'm just picking at little things. So, but that was the thing I think when people were, hopefully they were referring to. So
Yeah.
what do
Well,
you say about
from the standpoint of the film, right? What you're saying in regards to the title in particular, if we were dealing with Kemet, I would agree with the standpoint, but from the perspective of the film, it seems as though that the actual title, that she was given by the king, right?
that?
Which I think if they didn't put woman king in front of it, it might have led to a little confusion because then you get into the film and then there is an actual king who is a
Oh,
is a man. You know what I mean? In the joint played by John Boyega, and he is the one that through just countless appreciation, for, the countless contributions that she made, to her people and her service and duty to the people. He elevated her to that spot